We're here to discuss two structural components of liturgical worship. Both of them are about Jesus, and both of them focus equally on his humanity and on his divinity. One of the structural components is the liturgical year. This observes in relation to the course of the Earth's annual orbit around the star that we call the sun, the actions in historical time by which Jesus redeemed humanity and by which he continues, thereby making the historical time perpetually present and impacting future possibilities to offer sustenance to the faithful. The enumerated dates in the course of the year correspond to key events by which he grants us redemption. These are his incarnation, his nativity, his circumcision, his epiphany to the Magi, his baptism, which involves another epiphany in which the three persons of the Trinity all indicate their presence, Jesus' passion, and the passion includes the Last Supper, his death, his resurrection, his ascension, and his sending of the Holy Spirit. Because these are all annually celebrated, they come either at the same date, like the Nativity, or the same range of dates, like Easter and Pentecost each year. This annual orbit that marks the liturgical year's calendar also involves another astronomical feature. That's the fact that the Earth tilts as it orbits. And this tilting of the Earth as it makes its orbit around the star that we call the sun, the tilting produces the spring and fall equinoxes. Those points at which the rays of the sun seem to be directly over the equator, and at the equator, night and day are about of equal length. You have a fall equinox or an autumnal equinox, and you have a spring or vernal equinox. That tilting of the Earth as the Earth makes its orbit around the sun also produces the solstices. The winter solstice, when the angle of the sun is at the farthest southernmost point, and the summer solstice, when the angle of the light is at the highest or most northern point on the tropical area that marks the region where the rays of the sun vary as the tilting of the Earth proceeds in the course of the orbit. This all sounds technical, but there's a very practical significance of this. And that is that with the liturgical year, one experiences the position of the light or one's relationship to the light in the same way as each feast of the liturgical calendar takes place. So at, let's see, March 1st or March 25th, you would have a certain angle of the sun and a certain length of day and a certain length of night that would recur the next year and the next year and the next year. Now granted, because we're talking about the tilting of the Earth producing a change in the angle of the sun from north to south, and that relationship of whether you're north or south varies depending on whether you're living in Nigeria or living in Norway. Your experience of those relationships of the light would be different depending on where on earth you happen to be living. But wherever on earth you happen to be living, you're going to be experiencing in that place the same relationship of light to your course of the day, the same relationship of light to your course of experiencing the physical qualities of the year.